Nobody, Kelso.
Nobody
Kelso, nobody.
Kelso.
Yeah, I'm just a
Nobody?
high school teacher of 12 and a half years. I didn't mean to do it. It was a mistake. I taught special ed, learning handicap special ed. And that's what I did for 12 and a half years at Galileo High School in San Francisco. And I brought these kids. I didn't bring them a damn thing. I served up the napkins. I served up the plate, the the, the placemat, the fork, the spoon, the knife, and I said, "Here, you guys go. Have a snack. If you don't want to eat it, then go away. If you don't want to eat it, go away. If you want to eat it, stick around, because I'll give you a place to help yourselves make yourself a better life, even if you are from the projects. It's just what it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's just a simple thing. You guys want to make something of your life? Here you go, guys. This is what it is. Sorry about that. It's called America."
What year were you born?
I was born in 1966. My birthday was 2 days ago.
Oh, happy
I turned.
birthday, October 10th?
A man that can do the math. I love that. That's good.
That's
Yes.
quite a coincidence. Can I just give you one of these? I'm actually October 10th birthday as well, believe it or not.
Is what now?
I'm October 10th birthday as well. On
Really?
Saturday.
How old you turn? Like 34?
Is that really how I look? I'm 45.
20.
No,
How
I'm
old?
45.
You don't look 45.
Oh, thank you.
I look 67. That's what the cop told me.
Well,
He's
okay.
and
Let
they
me
all
look
know
at
my
the
name.
picture.
They're like, "Hey, Kelso, you going on 67?" I'm like, "No, I'm about 54."
All right, Kelso.
Yeah.
So you were born, so you're 54 years old now. So where were you born?
Hey, you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
On October 10th,
Yeah.
my mother was 5'2". 5 times 2 is 10. I was born 10 pounds, 10 ounces on 10/10/66. Now 66, that doesn't work. But it's just how it works. And what you gotta understand is like, I've got nothing to put in my stew, you see, not a bone, not a bean, not a black-eyed pea. So I'm gonna climb in the pot to see if I can make a stew out of me. In the carrots and onion and celery, I'll sit in the bubbling water. I will not scream a bit. I will sing while I'm cooking. I will smile while I'm stewing. I'll taste myself off and just see how I'm doing. I will stir me around with a big wooden spoon, stir myself up and say, quarter to noon. So bring out your stew bowls, your gobblers, your snackers. Farewell. I love you. Enjoy me with crackers.
Did you write that yourself, or what
Yeah.
is that? You did.
Yeah.
What's it about? What inspired you to write it?
I played music with a gentleman named Prairie Prince. He's a drummer from the Tubes. Now he's with Jethro Tull. He's also with Jefferson Starship.
So you're a musician as well.
Yeah.
Before you taught special ed?
Well, they tell me I'm a lyrical genius. I'm not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a goofy gumball.
So where did you grow up then? Where were you born? So you were born 50?
I was born on a houseboat in Sausalito, California, at 10 pounds, 10 ounces, on 10/10/66, just like his birthday right there.
But I'm 75. I was born I can't remember. My mom was in a coma when I was born. But somehow I made it.
My mother died of brain cancer. My father died of bladder cancer. My daughter drowned the other day on the Russian River in Guerneville, California. I raised her by myself. I don't look like it, but I am kind of super dad. I'm a good rabbit. You know, her mother handed her to me when she was 4 months old. Her name was Kaya. I called her Kai Kai. When her mother handed it to me, she said, "Here, this is yours." I said, "What is this?" She goes, "It's your daughter." And I was like, "Okay, what's your name?" She doesn't have a name. Never saw mom again. Never saw mom again. And to this day, when she was 16 years old, she said, "Daddy, I want to be on my own." And I go, "You know what, Kai Kai? You're a smart little rabbit. You're 16. We've been together for 16 years, minus 4 months." But she said, "I want to be on my own." Sorry, real men do cry.
It's all right, man.
I said, "You go, Kai Kai. You're on your own, girly girl." That's what she wanted. And she's my daughter. And I was like, "You go."
When's the last time you talked to her?
When she was 22 years old, just before she turned 23, she said, "Daddy, I love you." And I said, "You know what, Kai Kai? I love you too. I love you more than anything in the world. You're the best rabbit out there." And she goes, "I want to be on my own. I'm on my own now." And she goes, "I gotta go." And I go, "All right, Kai Kai." And if I was there,
That wind was crazy last night.
Yeah, it was.
I wasn't. If I was there, she wouldn't have drowned. I would have said, "I'm a professional surfer. I know the ocean. I know water like you wouldn't believe. And I know I look all beat up and beat. But I've done that to myself. This is my fault." But little Kai Kai, she wanted to go. And she said, "Daddy, you're a silly moosey." And I go, "What?" She goes, "A silly moosey." I go, "What's a silly moosey?" Click. She hung up. I've been spending the last 5 years of my life trying to figure out what a silly moosey is.
I'm so sorry for that. So,
She was you know who she looked like? She looked just like Holly Berry. She was African American, Cherokee Indian, and Scottish. She was, yeah, and she was the most brilliant, wonderful creature in the world. And you guys are great. You're great. You're great. They're great. They're great. I don't give a fuck about the planter box, except you know it's very pretty. I shouldn't swear on the Canon camera because it gets everything.
It does.
But she was, and I'll say this right here for the record, Kai Kai, I still love you. You are the best rabbit in the world, and I miss you so much. You were so wonderful. You were so beautiful. And I don't know why God keeps taking the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. Why do they keep good ones? Take me. I'm the loser in this world. And what I've lost is my beautiful daughter. She was the greatest, niftiest thing in the world. Plain and simple. No ands, ors, ofs, ifs about it. Plain and simple a thing, and it's a fact. Kaya, wherever you are up there, I'll be there. Okay, and I'll tell you one thing, little Miss Kaya. In doggy heaven, you eat for free. You eat dog biscuits from the dog biscuit tree. When you're lost, you're always found. And there is no such thing as the dog pound. You can run through the mountains and the tall grass, and there's no sniffing of a doggy ass. When I die, I'd like to go to visit Kaya in doggy heaven, don't you know? Love you, Kai Kai. You were the bestest rabbit in the world. Why they took you, it's up to them, not me.
Are there any cigarettes?
I'm just a detail.
You know, I feel all that coming from you. You know, I asked you too when this morning I asked where you slept. You said you slept on the ground near the sidewalk near here.
Yeah, 1/4 and 1/2,
Yeah.
3/4.
And have you been sleeping that way? How long have you been homeless, sir?
I've been homeless for 8 years.
For 8 years?
I lost everything in the market, which is fine.
In the stock
How-
market? Or what?
All my wealth and fame went to waste in just 2 days.
Well,
And
tell
I
us what
gave
happened.
up. I just decided, you know, because on the street, you got to understand there is beautiful people out here. It doesn't matter if you're Bill Gates. It doesn't matter if you're homeless Homer Goner Pyle. It doesn't matter. There's still beautiful people like this one, that one, especially that one. I hate this fucker over here. He's one,
We'll talk to him
he's
then.
one of my best friends. And this guy right here too. There's some beautiful people out here. And what you don't realize is that just because you're walking on the street doesn't mean you're stupid.
That's for sure.
It's an absolute fact. And it's nothing less than a wee bit of intelligence. It's all that matters. Is you have to understand that whether you're the homeless wreck or you're the goofy gumbo, which is what I call severely challenged kids. That's special ed. I taught special ed for 12 and a half years. And just because you're severely challenged doesn't mean you're stupid. Some of those kids are smarter than all of us combined. And they are. and you'd be surprised at the intelligence. Even if they walk like this, they're still beautiful people, and they walk and they matter. And I got one time, and can I borrow your skateboard? I'll be right back.
And his boombox.
But you'd be surprised because a little girl named Heidi, who walked like this, she sat down to me, next to me on a park bench in Stern Grove. Now Stern Grove is a subsidiary of Golden Gate Park, and it's right over here. But our class is making barbecue. Excuse me, I mispronounced that. Barbecue. And we're doing barbecue for all the severely challenged customers. I hate the word severely challenged. There is no such thing as severely challenged. Just because you walk like this doesn't mean you're stupid, you know? And little Heidi sat down to me and she said, Mr. Kelso, and I said, Heidi, you know what? It's not Mr. Kelso, we're not in school. My name's Kelso. And she said, Kelso, you weren't supposed to bring your dogs to school, but you brought them every day. And you weren't supposed to wear shorts, but you wore shorts every day. And you weren't supposed to wear a beanie hat, but you wore a beanie hat every day. And I said, you were my favorite teacher. You're the only one that ever listened to me. And I graduate tomorrow. Now, I know she graduates tomorrow. I know she does. She goes, would you please come to my graduation? And I'm sitting there going, yeah, I've always go to all the graduations, you know? Yeah. And
Anyway, he's got.
she said, I want to say thank you. You were my favorite teacher. You're the only one that ever listened to me. And I said, of course I listen to you, Miss Little Heidi. And she goes, you be there? And when she graduated and she got her diploma, and this is Galileo High School where the questionable OJ, so, excuse me, and she said she got her diploma and she went like this and she went like that. Last time I ever saw her, beautiful little Heidi, she walked like this and said that I was her favorite teacher, that I was the only one that ever listened to her. And she was a beautiful little rabbit. She was amazing. And to this day, and it does make me cry, because I always wish the best for little Heidi.
Well, Mr. Kelso, someone who wants to be, like, for you to be a teacher and have a student say something like that to you could be the highest, most honorable thing. It's so amazing.
To this day, that's why I explained to you the story right now.
Thank you for telling it. Listen, for a teacher to have a student say that, there could be a bigger trophy for them.
It was a compliment of my life, plain and simple. There ain't no ands, ors, ofs, ifs exactly about it. The compliment of my life to this day, and why I explained to you gentlemen that this little rabbit who, and I said to her, I go, wait a minute, Heidi, you're all here? And she goes, I have a motor skill disease, but my brain works fine. I will never, ever, ever judge a book by its cover. No gosh darn way.
So, can you transition by introducing us to your friend who you brought over here? First of all, how did you guys meet, and why did you bring him here? And then bring him up so he can maybe tell us his story.
Well, this gentleman right here gave me a cigarette when I had nothing the other day.
Okay.
And he's a goddamn gentleman. And he was a chef right over here, but he decided not to continue with his employment position. This guy, he's a handsome figure. That girl, she's a beautiful lady, and she got good soul. And that right there, that's Bruce. And Bruce, he's like I'm trying to get Bruce. The hospital messed up his eye. They told him they were going to give him eye surgery, and his eye's ruined for life. And I'm trying to convince him to settle out of court because his eye worked fine, and they did some particular something on his eye, and they cut his eye out. If he takes his patch off, look at his eye, it's like this big around, and it doesn't work anymore.